We are playing 1250 points of Harlequins and Eldar versus a Ork Horde detachment. Starting with the Orcs, we have Gruck Face Ripper in all his glory. We have an Orc Pain Boy, who shall be going with a mob of 20 boys, 2 big shooters, and the knob with a power claw. We have 2 squads of boys in trucks, one of 11, one of 12, and both have knobs with power claws. There are 2 killer cans with grot zookers, and 5 warbikers, the knob with a boss pole and power claw. There is a squad of 8 looters, a looted wagon with rocket launcher and a kill cannon. It has grot riggers and RKs with a reinforced ram, which is on all vehicles. And there is a Dakka jet with the 3 super shooters and the fly boss to allow it to shoot at BS3 against the skimmers. Going on to the Eldar. The Eldar and the Harlequin army is Shagarath's Jest, with the Troop Master as the Warlord, with his squad of Harlequins, all equipped with different weapons for the fight. They've also got 2 of the Harlequin jet bikes accompanying them to hopefully do some damage. Joining them as well is a Void Reaver. And onto the Eldar bit, we've got the Avatar leading the Eldar with 3 jet bikes with a Warlock on a jet bike as well. The Warlock has got Embolden or Horrify as its psychic powers. We've also got a Wraith Lord with its 2 Bright Lances and 2 Flamers and a Ghost Glaive. And more of Wraith, we've got the Farseer leading a squad of 5 Wraith Knights, all with D-Scythes. And the Farseer's psychic powers are Doom, Mind War, and giving everyone Fearless. They will be inside the Wave Serpent with its shuriken catapult cannon on the bottom and twinning Bright Lance on the top. To round it off, we've got the squad of 10 Guardians with their missile platform. Let's see deployment and mission. Hey, we are playing Big Guns Never Tire and have rolled 5 objectives, with the Eldar on the right and the Orcs on the left. The Orcs have the looted wagon and a truck, with the just boys in here next to the objective by the statue. The looters are in the grass to claim as much of a cover save as possible. The big mob of shooter boys is by the crater with the pain boy. There is a mob of warbikers near the centre of the table, and the truck with Gruck Face Ripper and the 2 cans are on the left flank, with an objective in the crater in front of them. The Dakka jet is in reserve. For the Eldar, there is a Wraith Lord on the right flank, and the Guardians in the building. The Harlequins have hidden underneath, with the Avatar on the objective by the lamppost. There is the Wave Serpent of guys holding the very centre of the battlefield, with the Skyweavers on the objective by the barrels, with the Void Weaver and Eldar jet bikes to the Warlock next to them, and there is an objective in the centre building. Currently the Eldar are going first, unless the Orcs can seize. After a very successful Eldar first turn, this side of the board shot into this truck over here and is now on 1 hull point and immobilized. The Wraith Lord and everything over here shot into this direction, killed majority of looters apart from 2, and have immobilized this truck as well. And do the looters run? Yes, the looters are running. How far do the looters run? 9 inches. Where will this put them? So, Orcs turn 1. The boys in the 2 trucks decided to remain in them to try and mitigate any fire. The looted wagon fired into the jet bikes and made them jink. And then one was killed with a rocket after they saved all their ones from the cannon. The looters regrouped and, having hit the Voidweaver once, did no damage. The shooter boys moved up 6 inches on their difficult terrain test and fired into the Skyweavers, slaying them with only the shooters. The Grotzukas on the Killercans were in range only of the Avatar. However, with 3 hits, they did 1 wound. The big shooters on the truck firing ineffectually at the jet bikes and the Avatar. Let's see what turn 2 brings for the Harlequin Eldar Alliance.
Very unsuccessful Eldar turn. To begin with, the Warlock managed to kill himself after giving Shrouded and Stealth to these, and just before he died he gave him Fearless. The Voidweaver and these shot over here and killed the truck, but did no damage to the looted wagon. My Wave Serpent decided not to drop off anything and shot into the kill cans, dealing no damage. The Harlequins, however, jumped out of the cover, ran into the mob, killed 6, but now the Orcs have got Slay the Warlord, and there's only 1 Harlequin left. The Wraith Knight Lord shot all the way into the looted wagon and again did nothing. The Guardians used their anti-tank missile, fired it into the truck and managed to kill it. And the Avatar has charged in, and after a very unsuccessful combat only managed to kill 1 and took 1 wound itself. Let's see how the Orcs fare.
In turn 2, the Orcs have capitalised on the Eldar's mistake. The Killer Cans did nothing, firing at the Wraith Lord, their only target. The Dackerjet came on and blew up the Voidweaver. The Orc boys that had to get out of their blown up truck shot into the Eldar jet bikes and killed 1, surprisingly, which also meant they then failed their charge due to the extra distance. The looters and the looted wagon fired into the Wave Serpent, dealing 1 glancing shot. And it was in combat where the Orcs really shone. The shooter boys decided to charge the Avatar, and while their knob was killed in the challenge, the remaining attacks from the now very angry boys tore apart the Avatar, and they have consolidated, wary of the bajillion flamers about to strike them. And over here, the Harlequin killed 1 Orc before the others mowed him down. Let's see how the Eldar fare in turn 3.
The Eldar have managed to get back with this, with the main damage done here. All my flamers came out and just shot a wall of flame into them and killed everything. Even though, really unfortunately, my Farseer fired his singing spear and did nothing. They managed to save their t-shirt safe. Then they managed to run back 3 inches because they're a bit scared, really. Then the rest of my army shot into the flyer because I need to kill it, and it's now on 1 hull point. Great Eldar turn. Can we survive?
So in Orcs turn 4, the shooter boys rallied, and everything else moved up, whilst the Dackerjet flew off the board. The looted wagon turned its big gun onto the Wraith Guard and killed 2 of their number, whilst the rocket missed. The Killer Cans added their weight of fire and killed another, so it is now a much reduced squad. The boys here charged into the Wave Serpent and slain it, doing too many glances for its shield to handle, while the looters failed to kill the jet bike at the back of the board. Gruck Face Ripper and the Knob were able to kill the Wraith Lord in combat after its flamers slew the orcs that were protecting them. And so, as we go into Eldar, turn 5, let's see what happens.
The Eldar have seemed to have another good turn. The Wraith Guard managed to move up quickly and completely pulverise that squad in a wall of flames. The jet bike tried to be the saviour and shot all its shots into the looted wagon, but again, as usual, did nothing. But the Guardians, with Guide, managed just to pulverise his Warlord and the last remaining Power Claw. Let's see what they can do in turn 5.
Orc turn 5. The Dakajet returned as the Orcs called a Warg to give the Dakajet more shots. The Cans and the boys stayed in the cover to try and last the game, while the looters stayed still. First, the looted wagon went to try and shoot the Wraith Guard down, but pressed the red button, so flew forward 6 inches. However, the reinforced ram kept it from being immobilised. The Dakajet then took sight and fired his 12 shots, and amazingly he hit them all, which then managed to kill the Farseer with an insta-kill, and one of the Wraith Guard, while the other made a selection of 6 saves of a 3-up. This meant the looters tried to fire in it, however they did not hit. On this side of the board, the Killer Cans fired into the Guardians. However, the building has kept them alive. There's, I believe, 3 of them. And so, at the end of turn 5, will the game end? Yes, it will! Now let's count up the points and see who wins this epically close encounter.